Hello and welcome. Welcome to Everything is Energy, and welcome to the Leo full moon, which is exact on February 1st, 2026 at 2:09 p.m. Pacific time. We have the moon at 13 degrees of Leo, directly opposing the sun at 13 degrees of Aquarius. And Leo is fixed masculine fire energy ruled by the sun. Leo brings this sense of nobleness, dignity, confidence, high standards. If we think about the lion being proud and leading from its heart. And full moons, well, they're always moments of illumination. They bring things into visibility, and that visibility might be emotionally, relationally, as well as, and especially with all the Aquarian energy that I'll talk about collectively. This particular moon carries a strong theme of truth revealed through the heart, alongside profound collective and spiritual recalibration. So this isn't a performative Leo full moon, because Leo is an extroverted sign. It can be exuberant, but when we look at the big picture of what's happening in this chart, this is not about spectacle or ego. This is about authentic radiance, integrity, and the courage to be seen as we actually are, rather than who we think we should be. And this moon in Leo is, let's start off with the moon in Leo is conjunct the asteroid Varuna. And this is an important mythic layer to this full moon. Varuna comes from Vedic mythology and is one of the oldest deities associated with cosmic order, moral law, and truth. And Varuna is the guardian of the universal order that governs both the cosmos as well as ethical conduct. He sees everything. So it's perfect to have this moon illuminating, conjunct Varuna, from which nothing is hidden. And it's not because he punishes, but it's because Varuna knows that the truth itself is inescapable. So Varuna governs vows, oaths, and unseen agreements that we make with ourselves, with others, and with the collective. And when we stray from integrity, Varuna doesn't strike us down. Instead, it's more like discomfort arises until alignment is restored. So this kind of speaks to the moment that we might be experiencing in our collective. We're moving through a time of rebirth. And to have Varuna conjunct the moon, this is really wonderful, because it's illuminating, the questions about, are we performing, or are we really being true to ourselves? And can we live more authentically in alignment with what our heart knows to be true, what we, at the deepest levels of who we are, hold to be true? And Leo rules the heart, but it's also, this energy of the inner child. There's this innocence and strength that comes with Leo. And with Varuna conjunct here, Varuna is asking or inviting moral courage, the bravery to live visibly in alignment with that which we value, with that which we know to be true, even if that truth costs us some sort of approval. Now, as I mentioned earlier, opposing this Leo moon is the sun in Aquarius. And Aquarius, while Leo is fixed masculine fire energy, Aquarius is fixed masculine air. And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So this kind of also speaks to things happening quickly, with things being a little bit outlandish, with maybe some of the the the, the solutions to the problems that we see in our lives. Maybe we're still only beginning to be able to put those pieces of the puzzle together. And Aquarius governs the collective. It governs social systems, and it offers a future oriented vision. So, where Leo says, "This is who I am," Aquarius asks, "How do I belong within the whole?" So, this opposition of the sun and the moon kind of highlights this tension between personal truth and collective ideals, between authentically expressing ourselves and social expectations, between how our true emotional reality and our intellectual frameworks. And this full moon is so beautiful because it's inviting and asking us to integrate both. So this means letting the heart inform the future and ensuring that the systems that we build aren't erasing human warmth, creativity, or dignity, to make sure that the systems, the solutions that we're creating today for the future are coming from our heart, are coming with this sense of integrity and truth. Now, one of the major things that sticks out in this chart is that there's a super stellium of celestial bodies in Aquarius. And this gives this full moon enormous collective weight. And just to list them off quickly before I get into what they all mean, in Aquarius, we have the Sun conjunct Vesta. We have Pluto, Mars, Venus, Mercury, and Chariklo. And that is a lot of Aquarian energy, blending themes of innovation, social reform, but also disruption with devotion for the purpose of awakening. So I mentioned the sun is conjunct Vesta, and Vesta represents sacred devotion, focus, and the inner flame. If we think about the myth of the Vestal virgins, they were keeping that flame beneath the city alive. With the sun conjunct Vesta, this full moon is inviting us to really check in with what are we truly devoted to? There's a theme here, right? Where does our energy belong? And also maybe where has it been scattered? So there's a call here to simply, by allowing things to illuminate themselves, to recommit to what is meaningful. But to recommit not out of obligation, to recommit out of reverence. We also have Mars loosely conjunct both Pluto and the Sun, sitting exactly in between them. This is potent. Mars brings action and will. Pluto brings transformation and power. And the sun brings identity and vitality. And this alignment can bring another dose of intense energy, maybe even confrontational, but deeply catalytic. And it's as if the old ways of exerting power are being stripped away. And in their stead, at the same time, new ways of acting with integrity are being foraged. And now, one of the most beautiful signatures of this chart for this full moon is the tight conjunction of Chariklo, Venus, and Mercury in Aquarius. We're still talking about Aquarian energy here. And Chariklo is the wife of Chiron. She's known as a figure of grace and unwavering presence. In the myth, Chariklo remains with Chiron through immense suffering. She remains with him, holding space rather than trying to fix or flee. And if remember, Chiron is the wounded healer, and he spends his whole life trying to heal himself, teaching others, discovering healing powers. And Chariklo is just in this almost Buddhist monk way, just holding space beside him. And when Chariklo is emphasized, we are invited into these energetics of compassionate listening, emotional steadiness, and really relational maturity, integrity. And with Venus conjunct Chariklo, here our relationships are invited to soften. For example, love becomes less about possession and becomes more about presence. And this conjunction really is supporting relational healing through honesty, through patience, and ultimately through respect for one another's processes, for one another's points of view. And with Mercury conjunct both Venus and Chariklo, communication can become a medicine. This means that the words we speak can either destabilize or they can soothe. The energy we offer can either disrupt or heal. And really the key here is consciously staying connected to how we speak, how we vibrate. And this lunation is a powerful moment for communication that is real, communication that is humane, and communication that is future oriented. We also have Uranus at the aneretic degrees of Taurus squaring this conjunction, squaring the conjunction of Mercury, Chariklo, and Venus. And so this has the potential, to add an element of surprise or disruption or awakening. And this might show up as, maybe conversations are headed in an unexpected direction. Maybe there's sudden realizations about certain relationships. But it could also be, disruptions around our values. It could also be disruptions around security or financial subjects. But it's important to know here that, that it's not for us to be afraid. Uranus here is not chaotic for chaos's sake. Uranus is subtle energy. Uranus is reminding us always that we are the high technology we seek. So if there is any kind of surprise or disruption or awakening, it's because it's inviting us for truth over comfort. So if something cannot evolve, it may fracture. But if it can adapt, it can liberate. So really, this is about being in the present moment, being in the flows of energy. And we still have, and I've mentioned this pretty much every podcast, we still have this minor grand triangle between, Saturn and Neptune, Uranus and Pluto. And this is really supporting these. The metaphor I see is all the elders as we're going through this birth process, this time of massive transformation. All those outer planets, those transpersonal planets, to me, they're the elders, and they're all in flowing, constant communication. So this is really helping support the intensity of the energies that I just described. But it's also just, it's having them sextiling and trining each other. This minor triangle, even though it's lingering for quite some time, it is rare because it's offering tremendous stabilizing energy. And so as we're living in a world that is being transformed, the physical world, these energies, Saturn at 28 degrees Pisces, Neptune at 0 degrees Aries, Uranus and Taurus, and Pluto and Aquarius, these are really wonderful energies to provide the larger container with this sense of all is well. All is ultimately always working out. And Saturn and Neptune are especially significant here because I did a podcast just a couple days ago on Neptune's ingress into Aries. And we're going to have Saturn ingressing into Aries in a week or so. But there's going to be a big event on February 20th, and that's the exact conjunction of Saturn and Neptune. And so that's, I'll do another podcast about it then, but that's about major collective reset of ideals, of structures, and also of moral, spiritual responsibility. And this full moon is part of the preparation for that. This illumination is helping us see, adjust, shift if we need to. It's helping us dissolve illusions while we're building new frameworks that can actually hold the world that we're seeking to create. So I'll get to a meditation next, but I just want to say, this full moon asks and requests this kind of courageous truth and compassionate presence. And the themes are leading with the heart, speaking from the heart, speaking our truth, and devoting our energy wisely, and staying present in times of transformation. So let's go ahead, and before I get to this meditation, I want to invite you to put on your radar that we have eclipse season coming up here in just a couple weeks of time, and I'm going to offer 2 free community gatherings. If you're on my email list, you're going to already know what the dates are. You're going to already be invited. If you're not on my email list, I will put a link in the notes so that you can join us if you like. All right, let's go ahead and get to meditation now. So begin just by finding the place where you can sit or lie, where you can be undisturbed for the next little bit of time. Tune into your spine and notice that your spine is straight, that your shoulders are over your hips. And just allow your spine to naturally lengthen. Lift up to the top of the head, reach down to the tailbone. Allow your shoulders to soften and your breath to slow. And if it feels right, go ahead and close your eyes. Take a slow, steady inhale, breathing in through your nose. Take your time. And as you exhale, let that be a long exhale through the mouth. Again, breathing in through the nose. As you inhale, invite yourself here. And as you exhale, release through the mouth, letting go of any need to try to be doing anything right now. Again, inhaling, breathing into the nose, inviting presence. Exhaling, releasing any excess effort. Just simply allow the body to arrive in this present moment. Allow your consciousness to arrive here and now. And just start to bring your awareness gently into your body. Notice where you are supported by the floor, the chair, even the earth beneath you. And imagine roots extending from the base of your spine and or the soles of your feet. And those roots are moving through the building or wherever you are. They're moving down into the soil beneath you. And these roots are steady, intelligent, and alive. And with each breath, still inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, just every breath, feel yourself coming more here and now, more anchored in this moment. And feel yourself rooted into the earth. And make a note that as you're coming fully here and now, there's nothing you need to do. There's nothing you need to fix. There's just this quiet presence. And now, in your inner awareness, imagine the Leo full moon rising. Maybe you're standing outside on a mountainside or a hillside at night. But imagine the Leo full moon is rising before you. It's warm and luminous. It's not harsh, it's not blinding. There's this golden, heart centered light. And as it's rising, this moon is connecting with your heart center. It's illuminating the chest, the heart, and the emotional body. And receive this light, this golden heart center light. Receive it into your heart and invite and allow it to just begin to fill up your field so that you're basking, you're bathing, you're surrounded, you're floating in this light. And as this light is surrounding you and infusing into all the cells of your body, allow it to gently reveal what is already true within you without judgment. This is a moon of authentic radiance versus ego. So let yourself feel the warmth of being met, being seen by life itself, being seen by the consciousness of the universe, being seen by the warmth of this moon, being met as you are. And just receive that. Maybe breathe that in. Take that in. Nothing to fix. Just receive being seen and understood. And as you exhale, anything else that's not that is just falling away. And with this Leo moon that has risen above you, there's the presence of Varuna. So go ahead and invite the presence of Varuna, the guardian of cosmic law, the guardian of moral truth. And just notice Varuna does not arrive with force. Varuna arrives with clarity. And see if you can start to feel the energetic signature. A calm, expansive awareness is coming through this light now. It's surrounding you. And feel this expansive awareness, again, in which nothing needs to be hidden. Just invite and allow Varuna's presence to gently illuminate where you are in alignment, but also where there might be an adjustment to be made to bring ourselves even more fully into integrity. And maybe also just where truth is simply asking to be acknowledged. There is no punishment here. There's only an invitation to come more fully into balance. And receive this light from the moon and from Varuna into your heart, into your field, and maybe even ask yourself, what does my heart already know? And just let the answer arise without forcing. And keeping the awareness at the heart center, if you want to place a hand there, if that feels supportive, you can. Just breathe. Bring the energy of your breath into your heart center, into the light of your heart. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just slow, steady breaths. And I've mentioned that I understand the heart to be the most powerful, energetic broadcasting part of our physicality. But the heart is also a bridge. And with this full moon, just start to connect to the heart as the bridge between your inner truth and the collective world. The heart is so wise, it knows how to hold both simultaneously, your truth and the collective at large. And it's also the bridge between who you authentically are and what you are here to offer. The heart is the bridge between Leo and Aquarius. So with each inhale, just imagine the heart is expanding. And as you exhale, anything that's ready to release, releases. And there's this steadiness that happens on the exhale. Breathing in, allow the light of your heart to expand even more. Maybe it's taking up the entire space of your chest. Maybe it's expanding out to fill your field. With every exhale, anything that's ready to be released is just being released with the out breath. And see if you can just kind of really connect to this sense that your heart is so uniquely individually you. But also your heart is interconnected to everyone and everything. And now inviting the energy of Chariklo, the archetype of compassionate presence. Chariklo teaches us the healing power of staying, of listening without rushing to resolve, of offering steadiness rather than solutions. And so, as you're still connected to this field of light coming from the moon, imagine in that field is this calm and supportive energy. Notice if the color changes. Chariklo is associated with light codes, with the light that dances off the water. Maybe there's a light blue light. But imagine this supportive energy surrounding you. And this energy is just simply holding whatever you are feeling without trying to change it. And just let yourself rest in this energy for a few breaths. Receive this supportive energy. And if emotions arise, let them move gently, like waves. Same thing with thoughts. As they arise, just let them pass without attachment. And feel the truth that you are seen and you are supported and you are held. And that you do not need to carry everything alone. You are supported, you are connected, you are known. And as you feel yourself supported and known, maybe just become aware of the shift in the energy behind you, that there's this sense of transition. And this is what I mentioned is coming later this month, the Saturn Neptune threshold. where dream asks for form, where illusions dissolve, and where compassion becomes a practice. And just imagine a soft, steady light coming down from above through the crown of your head. Receive that light down your spine and let that light move down through your roots. It's as if heaven is anchoring you into earth. And this light is preparing us to receive new visions without feeling the need to force, and to build the future without losing our sensitivity. This light, receive it down your spine, receive it into your roots. Feel how high vibration this light is that's coming through, that's helping us seed the future. That it's a future where structure supports our sensitivity. It's a future where confusion is replaced by clarity. Wonderful. And now just once again, bring your awareness to your heart. And notice what feels different now, even if it's just subtle energy. Perhaps there's a little more spaciousness in the heart and in the body, maybe just a little more honesty, clarity, or steadiness. And as you prepare to bring this meditation to a close, notice if there's a gentle intention that's coming through. Not a demand, not a promise, just a quiet truth that you are willing to live from. Notice what that truth is for you. And when you feel ready, begin to deepen the breath. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. And when it feels complete, you can open your eyes and set the intention to carry this presence, this energetic signature with you. Back out into your day, back out into your world, back out into your life. Wonderful. Have a blessed full moon. Bright blessings and so much love.